Alright guys, so in order to make this goddess lock wig, you're going to need some Marley hair. In this video, I'm using Jamaican Locs by Sensationnel. You're going to need yarn as your base for braiding. And I'm showing you here. Make sure that it's 100% acrylic. Also, you're going to want a 4x4 closure or frontal, whatever you like. And here, I'm just showing you the types of hair you can use for the bottom to get the goddess look on your goddess locks. Showing you the wig cap I use, dome style. You need scissors, T-pins, nail glue to close up the locks. Yeah, and a mannequin head. So the fun part. You have to prep the yarn. You can use any apparatus, any mechanism you'd like. I just used my rocking chair in my living room. I tied it tight. I think I tied it twice and then I made sure it was tight. And then from there, I just kind of measure out how long I want them to be. And then I start wrapping the yarn between my hand and that leg, the leg of the chair, or the spool, I should say. Okay, here you want to make sure you have a needle and thread ready, your T-pins. Now we're going to align our closure. I like to put it in between that area on my dome cap just because when you cut away, it just, for me, it works easier. There's no right or wrong way. That's just the way I did it. So here I am pinning down the closure to my dome cap. And you can already have the hair in a little hair tie or braid prior to doing this. I kind of did it the opposite and braided it up after I pinned it. There's 3 pins, 2 on the side, 1 in the back. Okay, yeah, so you just pin that away or pull it away. And you just make sure that it's secure before you start. Okay, here everything is pretty much self-explanatory, so I won't, just watch what I'm doing. Essentially, you're going to go through the dome cap and also through the 4x4 closure. I do kind of put the needle through the hole, like the opening, like when you pull the thread through. Before you pull the thread through, you kind of loop it around the, right there. You loop it around the needle and you just pull. So what you want to do is pretty much just continue going around the perimeter of the closure using the same method I was just talking about. And I only used one needle and thread. I didn't use more than one to do this. So make sure that it's long enough so you only have to use one. Or preferably whatever you like doing is fine too. Okay, we're about at the end of getting this closure sewed onto the dome cap. Now when you get to the very end, I triple loop, then pull through, and I do that again, except this time I just put right through the opening of the what is that called? Sorry, my thread. I had a brain fart. Then I double tie, I think. Let's see. 1, 2. Yep, and then I just snip it at as close to the knots as I can. Okay, here I'm showing you guys how I use my micro latch hook, which I did not show you in the beginning, I'm sorry. To put it through the dome cap, add your piece of yarn, close the latch, pull it through. Then you hold one side, pull the other side through. And I'm just making sure here that it's even. Then I'm going to take the excess hair, or not hair, yarn that I have, 2 pieces. So the one we just put in will make 2, and then those would be 2 on its own, making the 3 legs. So here I'm just braiding it in like I would if it was regular hair. If you need help with braiding, there's tons of tutorials here on YouTube. Look up Beautycanbraid, Braid Beauty Queen, and there's one more, but I can't remember her name right now. I'll try to link those things in my description bar. But here, all I'm doing is braiding it down. And then when I get to a certain point, I'm going to show you how I use the loose hair to get the goddess look that we're going to be going for. So there's our 3 legs. I cut off the excess. I'm using the Freetress Natural Deep in 10 inches, or you can use 12 inches model hair. I also did that. It's the same thing. I don't use a lot of hair, just enough to be able to see the hair at the bottom. Excuse me. There I am pulling a piece off. Then I'm going to just simply braid in or add in the hair to the ends of the yarn. See, I showed you the 3 legs. That middle leg will not get any hair added, only the left and the right. And literally, I just start braiding that in. And don't worry, I'm going to show this method again more close up so you can kind of see what I did. Okay, so here I already braided down, and you want to make one side longer. See how I have that side short? My right side is short, my left side is really long. So you put one side to the left, one side to the right, and then 2 yarn pieces in the middle, and then you just braid. And then you're going to braid this all the way down, and the way that I ensure that it doesn't unravel is I take one piece of the longer yarn and I just tie it off, as you see right here. I just tie it off, and that secures the yarn so that doesn't fall apart. And that's what it should look like. Now, I did triangle parts. You can do any kind of parts you want to do at the top of the head. I just like how triangle parts look. I think it's cool looking. But this method is similar to what we've been doing throughout the wig. The only difference is you're actually working with hair now. So you make your part. And you want to make them as clean as possible, because this is the part that shows the most, of course, because at the top of the head. So what I'm doing here is I'm pre-parting each section to ensure that it's nice and neat and that it looks the way I want it to look. And then I just two-strand twist it down. Yeah, that's really it. Okay, so now that I've done all that, I kind of just put the ones on the top up and clipped it away using Eco Cider gel to soothe the hair, smooth the hair, I mean. That's an optional step. You really don't have to do that. I just do because it makes it easier for me. Might make it harder to grip. But anyway, I showed you the yarn, and then that's the hair again. This is a 12-inch model natural deep hair. And I'm showing you how I set up the hair. I have the yarn and the hair kind of intermingled. The yarn is kind of in the half of it. So here I'm showing you how to braid it in. My braid is not that tight. I kind of did this because when I was going to wrap that part, it made no sense to make it super tight to the scalp because, not the scalp, the closure, because it was going to buckle and you don't want it to buckle. So having that slack there is actually a good thing. If you were doing this on like a client's head for real, then you want it to be a little bit less loose. But yeah. Showing you again. If you're not the best braider, it's okay. You just kind of want to get the hair in there. Okay, so my footage is a little backwards. I was just recording bits and pieces, trying to make sure that I got as much detail as possible. But anyway, this is the Jamaican lock hair. You can also use Cuban twist hair, which I also ended up using towards the end because I ran out of hair. I'm literally finger detangling this hair to make it a little fuller, get rid of any kinks that I can. You can also use a Demon brush and brush this out. I don't recommend that because I kind of like the texture it gives when you just do a finger comb. So you take a little piece of it, you hold it down, and you wrap. I didn't do a detailed show of this because there's so many videos here on YouTube where you can go look on how to do faux locks. Like I said, Beauty Wigs, Queen Wigs Beauty. I think that's her name, Queen Wigs Beauty. She does an awesome job of step-by-step showing you how to do her wigs. I used her videos as a guide and for the idea for this wig. So if what I'm doing is not clear enough for you, I'm going to, like I said, have links down in the description box, and you can go ahead and look at her video to get inspiration. The only difference, and I'm not sure if she does this or not, but I do use nail glue to close off my lock when I get to like the last half an inch or so, which I don't think really shows very well on this video, so sorry. So, just in case you don't watch my Insta snaps, just thought I would let you know. My wig is complete. But seriously, my wig is done. And it took me about 18 hours to do this. What else can I tell you very quickly? It's a wig. A goddess lock wig. It's a goddess lock wig. Yes! I used about 8 packs. Actually, it was like 4. Only a pack and a half of the hair I used on the bottom, which is Freetress Natural Deep and Model Natural Deep. Coincidence? I think not. These companies kill me. Same hair, different company, different name, same thing. But yeah, guys, stay tuned for pictures.